You would volunteer at the hut. Chapter 7.
Chapter 7.
Fear in the Forest. After a while, Lacey's crying slowed. She sat up and dried her eyes. A new feeling had started growing in her. A better feeling. A determined feeling. Her dad's had been right the other night. She used to have a lot more motivation. She used to be a better friend. She wasn't sure why she had let herself become someone she was not. But she wasn't ready to give up on herself just yet. It was time to go back to the woods to find other Lacey. Lacey dashed downstairs and out the front door. She shouted goodbye to her dads as she went. "Good luck at volunteering! Helping people will make you feel better!" Dad yelled back. He's probably right about that too, Lacey thought. She promised herself that once she was out of this mess, she would give volunteering a shot. But first, she had to fight for her life. Lacey headed straight across the street and into the forest. She yelled, "I know you're in here! I want to talk to you!" The only answer was the caw of a raven. The leaves rustled in the trees, and the eerie coolness of the forest made Lacey shiver. She walked on slowly, looking for any clues that could lead to her imposter. Then suddenly, she was right in front of Lacey. "Your life is mine now," the girl said. She darted deeper into the woods. Lacey chased after her. Branches grabbed at Lacey's clothes and slashed against her cheeks. The imposter seemed to run impossibly fast. But Lacey managed to keep up. "This girl is not taking over my life," she thought. Then, without warning, Lacey crashed through the forest floor and right into a trap. Thump! She landed heavily in a mound of dirt and leaves. Long, wicked-looking branches sat nearby. Lacey thought briefly that it was lucky she hadn't fallen on them. She peered up, breathing heavily. The hole was at least 7 feet deep. Other Lacey appeared at the edge of the hole. She smiled, and her eyes grew dark and awful. Lacey took a deep breath. She asked the question that had been bothering her since this all had started. "Why me?" Other Lacey cocked her head. "Why not?" Then she laughed a terrible laugh. Lacey thought she saw the shadow of wings behind her. "You were the perfect person," Other Lacey said. "I have been watching the people of Ravens pass. I needed someone who was self-absorbed. Someone whose loved ones would welcome a kinder, nicer version." She giggled and pointed. "That's you!" Lacey started to cry. "That's not me. I care. I really do. I just haven't shown that lately, I guess." She sniffled and wiped her nose on her sleeve. "Well, that works out for me," the girl said. "And thanks for chasing me in here, by the way. You've saved me the unpleasant job of disposing of you myself. I'm not a monster, after all." As Other Lacey said that, her eyes glowed red. It was the same red from Lacey's dreams. "What are you?" Lacey whispered. "I'm just like a human. I want to be loved, adored," the imposter replied. "Only I actually feed off love to survive. It's simply delicious. Too bad the ones giving it become weaker and weaker till they're shells of themselves. But that's no matter. I'll just go on to the next person." "My dads? My friends?" Lacey asked. Her stomach twisted. Your Feeding off of them? Other Lacey giggled a high-pitched squealing sound. Yum, yum, she shouted. Then she leaned farther into the hole and said, Sleep. She snapped her fingers. For the second time in 2 days, the world went black for Lacey.